Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the LEGO Star Wars 2013 August set first look. Just before we start, just clarify, this is first look, not a review as such, so we were only looking at pictures and starting things from that, and we got 8 to 9 kind of sets in this line. Okay, so the first one is the Corporate Alliance Tank Droid, 271 pieces, ages 7 to 12. This looks pretty good. I mean, 3 figures, brand new Jango Fett, the brand new set of clone troopers that we've seen in the battle packs that were released at the start of this year, 2013, and a Geonosis battle droid. And and Clone Wars army builders are going to love this because they get a clone and a droid. Now, I would imagine at 271 pieces, the price for this is going to be around £30. I imagine. LEGO are likely to push that a little bit higher. They might impress us, but obviously with the new Jango Fett, obviously a lot of kids are going to want to get it, and so they're going to be want to maximise their profits on that, which I don't blame them. It's economics at the end of the day. That looks pretty simple. I think that's the third tank droid, Corporate Alliance tank droid, that's been released so far, and it looks pretty good. Very similar to the one we got back in 2009 with the jet troopers, but still definitely one I'm gonna get because yeah, it looks like quite a nice build. It's got the rare tracks that don't come usually, and what LEGO are actually doing now is with the clone trooper, the rifles, they're sticking a new piece on the front. I think that's to make them a little longer. I personally think they're a little bit too long with that, and I put on a different brick, but nonetheless, you know, it's looking a pretty good set. I'd probably give this a rating of 7 out of 10. So new Jango Fett, and a nice clone and a nice battle droid. And not much more to say on this set. 271 pieces, quite some large pieces as well, so it might be a little bit more expensive. Okay, and what's the next set? The next set is the homing spider droid. It's another droid ship, so they're going to love this. A lot of the sets, actually, I think 4 out of 9 of them are from Geonosis in episode 2. So it's definitely the season for episode 2 lovers. And this one we get 4 minifigures. Arguably the 5th one could be the dwarf spider droid, but we get a regular clone again, which is good for army builders. 2 super battle droids, which seem to be quite popular in this range actually. They're in more than one set. And the new Jedi Status Ali, and that's great for Jedi collectors and generally LEGO collectors because she's got a whole new head mold, which is very interesting actually. She's in episode 2, episode 3, and she might be in episode 1, and I think she was either killed at Geonosis or someone looking very much like her was, and obviously the other death could have occurred was in Order 66 when she was on the speeder bike in episode 3. But it's, as I said, quite a good one for our army builders. Probably going to be a multiple buy because homing spider droids are common on the battlefield. Obviously, you've got your dwarf spider droids and clone and a couple of super battle droids. Pieces 295. LEGO might be a little bit generous and sell this for £30, and that would be impressive because that would be around 10 pence per piece, which is the mark you want to be hitting because that's quite good value for your money. They have released a homing spider droid actually quite recently. I think it was in 09 or 10 with Commander Fox in. And that's actually a very similar design to this one, so obviously if you buy this one it's slightly different but similar enough to put them next to each other and say they're the same droid. And obviously this one's a little bit, the last one was £30 from memory, but obviously this one's got a little bit more in. But we might get lucky. New head mold obviously is going to add to the cost, but hey. And the next set we've got is the Duel on Geonosis, 391 pieces, ages 8 to 14. This set is a lot like the Duel in Palpatine's Office set. I can't remember the exact name, sorry about that. That got released August 2012. And that was one of the major duels from episode 3, just like this is one of the major duels from episode 2. And this one you get the brand new Count Dooku from episode 2, so die-hard fans are going to want to get that, regular fans and just kids in general are going to want to get that. A new Yoda, all the same people are going to want to get that. A brand new Poggle the Lesser, especially Droid Army collectors are going to want one of the senior CIS personnel, and he comes in this set. And the Droid, that's Count Dooku's personal shuttle droid, and if you bought Count Dooku's shuttle or his solar sailor previous, this is a great set to go with it, because obviously you can land on the platform out the back and really reenact the scenes. Obviously they didn't include it because then it would be a very expensive set. 391 pieces. I would hope it would be excellent if it was around the £40 mark. That would be good, I think. And I can sort of see it being around that mark. It's got a nice few pieces. Obviously a lot of playability with the fact that the tower comes over. I think it's a little bit of a shame, and I think they could have probably got it up to a maybe even a 50, maybe a £60 set had they put in Anakin and Obi-Wan Kenobi, because as you know they're quite pivotal in this duel. Although when Yoda comes in, they're lying on the ground. They are there for a majority of it. Poggle wasn't there, but he's obviously a nice figure, and it looks like he's holding the Death Star plans in his hand. So that set looks like quite a good one. Obviously it comes with Count Dooku, comes with his lightning that he apparently stores in a box. But hey. And the next one, I don't really know much about this because I'm not really a Knights of the Old Republic, which is I'm assuming where it's from, fan. It's the JEK 14 Stealth Starfighter. I don't know if that's JEK or something. I probably won't get this on the grounds that, as I say, I'm not one, but obviously this might be a very popular ship in the video game, and a lot of kids are going to want to get it. The things I can deduct from this is, as it's a Starfighter, it's looking like it might be a multiple buy. However, at 550 pieces, probably going to look around £60 for that. I don't know, it might go higher. But obviously you get 4 pretty good looking minifigures, to be honest. An astromech droid, I can't really read the writing here, is a little bit far away. Well, it looks to be some sort of, I don't want to say clone Jedi, because then I look like a noob, but sort of a, I don't know, hero with a lightsaber and a mercenary, that kind of looks like in the green with the rifle, and some sort of bad guy with a shield. It's actually a blue stormtrooper, same mould. But it looks like a pretty good Starfighter. I mean, it's got, zoom back out, it's got the cannon on top, space for your astromech droid, nice engines on the side, and it looks like a pretty good Starfighter, I would say. There's not really that much I think I can say on this because I don't really know much about it. I do apologise for that, but it looks like quite a nice well-made Starfighter. A few stickers on the side. But overall, I mean, I might get one because it just looks like a nice Starfighter. Yeah. So obviously, that sets are aimed at the Knights of the Old Republic fans, and that is the 4th set, I believe, to be released under that title after the 2 battle packs and the Sith Fury. Oh no, excuse me, that's the 5th one, because there was a Republic Striker class set as well. This is the ATI. This definitely looks good. 794 pieces. It's obviously from the Geonosis era. Comes with a battle droid, Geonosis battle droid, a Geonosis battle droid commander. There's a yellow dot on his chest. You might not be able to see it in the picture. A brand new Episode 2 Lego Mace Windu, and a completely brand new Rowan Korob, I think his name was. I can't really see that. And he is actually, it's seen in the film, and he's the first one to jump up right next to Count Dooku, and then Jango Fett shoots him. So you can reenact that scene. And he's a brand new figure, and he was on the Jedi Council. So if you like to collect Jedi, he is definitely a figure you're going to want to get. And of course, we get the new Lego Clone Commander with the yellow cuttings, and he is seen in the film standing at the 4 command post with Yoda, and he's definitely going to be a figure you want to get. I'm probably going to highly recommend this set. If it comes out at £80, that would be absolutely brilliant, and definitely I'd recommend it already. The functions, it looks, from what I've seen pictures elsewhere, you know, open it up inside, a lot of playability. Although it's a lot like the last one, it does have improvements, I believe, because the last one was a little bit holy, if you know what I mean. If you have it, you know what I mean. It was a little bit empty inside, and you couldn't stand many figures up. There's a ladder that flops down on this new one at the back, and you can climb figures up. I think it's a little bit of a shame that they only released it with 1 clone, but if that means the price is kept down, then you know it might have been nicer to get a clone trooper, regular clone trooper with that. But they're all brand new figures. There's a lot of brand new figures in this line actually, and it's definitely going to be Flickfire missiles. Definitely going to be a set you want to get. Yeah, especially if you're an army collector because you want the commander. And this is the Jabba Sail Barge, 850 pieces. There are 6 figures. All look pretty brand new actually. They've got the blue elephant. I can't remember his name, but I just remember him from Robot Chicken. His name was Max Rebo, I think. It's Max Rebo. The new Jabba the Hutt, he's not brand new. Sorry, and R2-D2, Princess Leia, and 2 guards by the looks of things. And this is a remake because there's been a sail barge out before. This one's 850 pieces. I've been inclined to say that should be about 85 to 90 pounds, but with the previous 2, Jabba's Palace and the Rancor set, they've been really overpriced, and I wouldn't be surprised if this was up in the hundreds, because LEGO like to overprice these Jabba sets, which isn't fun for the classic movie collectors, because they're, yeah. Poster inside, apparently. It looks pretty good. I mean, compared to the last, I got the previous one, and that was a lot simpler. I think it might have been a shade longer by the looks of things, but this has obviously got quite a nice features to it. It looks very similar actually. It's nice that they've got new figures. I mean, the 2 new figures. There's one that looks like the Senator, one of the I don't know, mercenaries by the looks of things with a gun. And Max Rebo, he's going to be great, especially if you've got Jabba's Palace and you've got the Rancor set, then you're going to want to get this set because this is, you know, more people to add to Jabba's Palace, and obviously you get Jabba again, but we can breeze past that. I mean, you get R2, more mercenaries, Max Rebo, and he's actually, he was seen on the sail barge, but the large majority of his screen time was in the palace, playing in the band. The next set is, I'm going to say it's my favourite. I love gunships, but this looks really nice. It's going to be a nice one to get with the ATI. 1,175 pieces, so I'm going to say more than the last 2. I'm not sure for a fact if that's sure. Obviously we can see it in the foreground slightly, one of the engine parts in the foreground. And this one comes with a whopping 7 figures. It's obviously a Geonosis set. 2 Super Battle Droids, as I said earlier, they'd be showing up in another set. Clone Pilot, Clone Captain, so they're good for army collectors. Brand new Obi-Wan Kenobi, brand new Padme Amidala, and this is the 2nd Padme Amidala, am I right in saying? 2nd or 3rd? There was a Queen Amidala, so 3rd Padme Amidala, and this is Geonosis. And brand new Anakin Skywalker with his green lightsaber, which hasn't been seen for a while. I'm going to say since 2003, when Episode 2 was still quite popular. It is very similar actually to the previous gunship, but obviously has the ball turrets brought back the first gunship had. This is the 3rd remake of the gunship. The Clone Captain looks good, and he was seen in the Battle of Geonosis in one of the massive SPHTs, shooting down the big core ships, and he's looking like a pretty good figure. In Star Wars Battlefront 2, I know he's a sniper, so that's good. The ball turrets look good. It's very similar to the previous one, and even if you do have that one, I still am going to recommend that you get this. 1, for the figures. 2, it's another gunship, so it's one you can have multiple times. 1,135 pieces, that is quite a lot, so I'm going to probably say, hopefully, our ideal price would be £120. If it was less than that, it'd be good. It might be a little bit more than that because of the amount of figures. But Amazon usually do deals. Disclaimer, Amazon is a good place for LEGO. This next one, Mandalorian Speeder. I assume I haven't in the UK seen the new, well, at least the back few episodes of the new Clone Wars series, and this is where it's appearing from. 2 Mandalorians, and if you're a Mandalorian collector, then you're going to love this. There's quite a few new Mandalorians actually, with the Boba Fett just come out, the ones in the old battle pack, the new Jango Fett you're going to want to get, and these new guys, these have got red helmets, and I don't know if any of them are major characters. They just look like Mandalorian soldiers here, and they look pretty good. They got quite a nice speeder, And obviously you get the new Clone Wars Darth Maul, which is one of the reasons why you're going to want to get this set, I believe. He's got new mechanical legs. Only a single lightsaber though. And oh, he is looking to be holding the Darksaber, which is nice. Darksaber, if you don't know, is Pre Vizsla's lightsaber. He stole it off a Jedi, I believe. The speeder itself looks pretty good. At 211 pieces, I'd be inclined to say 25, but because of the rarity of Darth Maul, and obviously they're all brand new figures, I'm probably going to be inclined to say this set is going to be around 30. You never know, LEGO might surprise us and it might be a £20 set, which would be really nice, but realistically I don't really think it's going to happen. The speeder itself is quite large, actually. Quite wide. Actually, it's a lot wider than you think. By looking at that picture, it doesn't really look that wide, but it's actually very wide in real life. Obviously, just a nice speeder, just to add to your collection. It's not really going to be used as a battle tank or anything like that, but it's obviously Darth Maul is going to be one if you're a Clone Wars fan to get. So that's a pretty good set. I'd probably rate that 6 or 7 out of 10. Figures look good. Figures definitely look good. I'm liking the look of those Mandalorians. And of course, for the 3rd year running, excellent. I love these sets. This is the LEGO Star Wars Advent Calendar for 2013, 254 pieces, and I imagine, considering the last two have been £25, it's going to be £25. From this, it doesn't give too much away, which is good, but it looks like we're going to get some sort of Santa Jango Fett. We get a young Boba Fett, which I don't think we've ever had in a set before. Maybe the first Slave one we might have had, which is nice. Even if you don't use him as Boba Fett, you can always use him as a clone in training. The new Scout Trooper, which is a completely new Scout Trooper, and bear in mind LEGO have released a battle pack in 2012 with the Scout Trooper that's lasted looking pretty much the same since 1999, back in the 90s. You know, this guy's pretty groundbreaking if they've brought him out new. I mean, he's got black legs now, which he didn't used to have, and I imagine it's double-sided printing. Also, I can see they've got a mini Yati, mini Republic Gunship. I think they've got a mini Gunship carrier as well. Slave 1 in the background with Count Dooku Solar Sailor, maybe. Obi-Wan Starfighter, and some sort of flying chair. You know, I'm not really sure with that one. A new R2 unit or R4 Astromech Droid, and a Rebel Soldier. And this looks pretty good. This is definitely going to be a festive, exclusive Jango Fett figure to this set. So definitely a festive advent calendar, and it's going to be one that all fans of all ages are going to want to get. So this concludes my first look of the LEGO Star Wars 2013 August sets. I hope you enjoyed the video, and yeah. Got a nice array of sets coming this year. And goodbye.